Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Pool of Radiance. Yeah, I removed the two NPCs from the party for now. I'll probably bring them back on when I'm ready to head into the old rope guild. And we have re-entered the slums. So let's make our way back to where we left off, which was that building where they had the treasure vault behind the illusionary wall. Okay, it looks like we haven't quite finished defeating all the random encounters yet, so we'll deal with this and we will be right back. Hi, we're back. Actually, we're still in the middle of that random encounter, but I wanted to show you something that our fighters can do now that they've been promoted. So at least Pox and Elbow here can do this now. They can sweep, which is really cool. Now, as long as you don't break contact with whoever you're in melee contact with initially, it doesn't trigger a retaliatory attack. Oh, yeah, crunchy Splendor Bread. And yes, I did have my two clerics, my two mages cast sleep spells. Although Hosita got knocked unconscious. Fortunately, however, this part of the slums were pretty close to a couple of places where we've had fixed encounters already, so we should be able to rest up pretty soon after this. Ouch. Now, of course, Gimli hasn't been promoted yet, so he doesn't get to sweep yet. Oh, actually, let's move him. Yeah, after this we'll go back to not normally showing random encounters on screen. I'm hoping that we put enough of these guys to sleep that between the sleep and the sweeping attacks, the survivors will start panicking or surrendering soon. was the last one? Yeah. And just the usual 1.5 tons of silver. I think the arrows are the main thing that we want. Okay. Okay, and we'll have Gimli take the rest of the arrows. Alright, scale mail. And we won't bother with the short swords. Okay, that should take care of it. Okay, let's... Yeah. Okay, and let's get moving. Yeah, this is one of the rooms that we had fixed encounters in before. Okay. Good, now we can get everybody's spells rememorized. Ah, rest. Okay. Okay. Basically, we're going to have to keep rememorizing Cure Light Wound spells. And recasting Cure Light Wound spells until we get the party healed. I think temples... Oh, forget that. Okay, at least we didn't lose the spell. Okay, now we can finally get moving again. And we're going to keep going down this hall and pick the lock and cross this courtyard and advance. And we're going to combat, and we will be back in a second here as soon as we're done with this. Okay, we're back. Fortunately, you know, we're not that far away from another place where we can rest. Yeah, we go into that stable. I don't know, a large and untidy animal. It sounds like our dog after she's overindulged in Sunday dinner. Okay, so let's... Okay, fortunately nobody needs healing. So, just need to memorize those sleep spells. And just out of curiosity, almost. Just a little more experience and then the magic users will be ready for promotion. Okay, so let's get out of here. And we're going to go straight ahead and into this building. This is where the treasure vault behind the illusionary wall was. But there is one other portion of the building that we haven't checked out yet. Some hobgoblins are arguing over a pile of gold. Thieves! They scream when they see you. Gee, why ever would they think that? It's actually not that many hobgoblins. If you've ever played Champions of Kryn, you'll remember this icon very well because they show up quite a bit. I think sleep will work on them too. Plus we can rest immediately after this battle. Oh yes, works beautifully. I don't think we'll need to have Eladan use his sleep spell. We can just have him shoot darts instead. Okay. Few too many hit points for them to be swept, though. Okay. Now, it'll be nice once our mages get something other than just sleep that they can use. There we go. And he needs to switch back to his melee weapon. Oh. Hang on. Same here. And not that much on him. A little bit of gold, a little bit of copper. And This is probably all non-magical, but don't worry. In fact, actually what we might want to do, drop some of this studded leather armor. And we'll pick up the long swords instead. Excuse me. Okay, now, if we look, you find a large number of valuables, and we got a couple hundred experience for that. Some more gold and platinum. And, ooh, some sort of ring and a short bow. Well, I think we'll give the short bow to Pax once we clear some space for her. Probably if we just dump that scale mail. And then the ring, why don't we make room in Illidan's inventory for that? And okay, that's a ring of protection +1, probably. Okay, and then we can encamp and have Hosita rememorize your sleep spell. And then, yeah, I think we'll probably head back to town and get some more promotions taken care of. I think I'll try to do that mostly off camera, since you saw how the process works the last time. So we'll be back in a little bit when I get back to the slums. And we're back. We're actually back in Flan. We haven't gone to the training hall yet, but the party was pretty beat up, so we rested first. By the time we got out, it was after dark. But I wanted to show you another neat trick that you could use when the shops are closed. So instead of going into one of the shops, you go into a temple. And this is the Temple of Tempest. And tell them you want to be healed, even though you don't really. But now what you can do, you can get items, you can sell off items and get them identified here. You can't buy anything other than healing spells, but I think this one's magical. So hang on a bit, I'll come back and sell off the rest of the stuff. So we'll see you in a little bit. And we're back, basically after selling off all the excess gear and getting things identified by the Priest of Tempest. We've got enough gold to get our 2 mages trained and to get Gimli trained to level 2 as a thief. We've got almost enough gold to get our 2 fighters trained because they're like within less than 25 points from reaching level 3 as fighters, but we don't quite have enough to train both of them yet, so we can either get into a tavern brawl or take care of it when we come back to town the next time. So we're going to leave now, and of course it's still dark. But we might go to the we might try going to the training hall first, because I think the training hall is still open at night. Yeah, so we're going to go through the east door and get Hosita and Eladan trained. And when magic users train, they get to learn a new spell. And I think we will go for Magic Missile, because that is going to be the most immediately useful. I mean, there's a lot of other ones that will be useful in certain situations, but Magic Missile will be useful right away. We'll save. Begin adventuring. And I don't think we're gonna try dueling this way. I don't know. Actually, why don't we have maybe Paxenarian duel? We did save in the Mage's Training Hall. Okay, let's have her use her bow and see if she does any better than Teresa did. Of course, you're fighting your clone. Ouch. Ouch. Oh crap. That sure didn't work. Well, I think we're going to be reloading the game and heading through to the Thieves Training Hall without going through without doing the dueling. So we will see in a minute. Okay, we're back. I think we have just enough time to go get Gimli trained before we end the episode. No, not this time. That's for fighters. This is for rogues. Yes. And we'll save the game. And rather than begin adventuring, I think we'll just end the episode here. Then we'll head to a inn, have Hosita and Eladan memorize spells, and then head back to the slums and get the last bit of experience that Pox and Elro here will need that way. So we will see you then.